Hello everyone, this is Paul and I am here. The live stream just started, so I would like to welcome all friends and all new ones. And in fact, I would like to welcome all new arrivals who haven't today time to join this live stream. And because it's good to be here, because there will be a lot of interesting stuff today. And I will start with just let me change the screen. So I know it might be boring for you who already are subscribed, but there are many new ones and will be new ones. So for those, I would like to invite you to this channel and subscribe to the Wave-like Theory channel. Then also watch the previous videos. There was done the development of new GEN Galton game. So the most important and interesting video is the video number 4, where I've done a breakthrough. It means that I found something very interesting, so it's worth it to see. And secondly, you can watch the part number 5 where I released this game, and you will know how to use it. So it's like a small tutorial. Also join the Wave Hunters group, mainly the new ones, if you join it, because there you can find some presets and other stuff. And also there is a second project I'm working on. You can subscribe here as well. The link is in the description, and there is released the latest video telling you what the project is and what it's not. So that's about my second project, and here you can join the second group on Facebook, which is related only to this project, not to the GEN software and the Wave-like Theory. And if you like what I do, you might consider become my patron on Patreon. I have already 8 patrons, or just simply donate it via PayPal me. And the smallest thing that will cost you nothing is just to subscribe, like and share it everywhere where you can. And now, as it is live stream, it is also a chance for you to join this live stream, ask questions, and we can discuss some topics that it's not normally possible to discuss it via email. And today I will make a small experiment. So I will use the Google meeting. I hope maybe it will be better than the Zoom meeting, because the Zoom meeting has some limitation for I think 30 or 40 minutes. So this one can be better. And when you see on my right side, so there is the upper link is to join this live stream directly. So you can be online in this live stream. You can already join now. The link is in the description. I mean the green one, the code one. If you click on it, you will get in, and then when I start it, we can talk together directly in this live stream. I assume that this live stream will take around 60 minutes maximum. So I don't want to make it longer. And then after that, I probably will make some cuts, because it can be too long to watch it afterwards. But we will see how it will go today. And the link below, with this yellow code, that will be started after this live stream meeting, because I understand that not everyone wants to join it online and be part of some recorded stuff. So that's also the second possibility, where we can talk about some other details. But in fact, if you join this live stream online, you don't need to present yourself via camera, just the voice will be enough. So that's the possibility that you can use today. And so that's just for the beginning. Thank you for coming, and I will change the screen And I know that one of friends, the David, joined this stream. Oh, thank you, David, that you can hear me well. So I tried my best, and I hope it will be better, even better next time. And before I start the meeting, I would like to show something I promised on the part 5, the development of the GEN Galton game, and I will open it right here. So if you are new here, maybe you see that for the first time, but that is the very simple game, or it's not so simple, but to handle with this, it is simple. And this game is some kind of step in advance to use this knowledge from this game to the future updates of the GEN software to have even better and better predictions. And now I just show something. If I click here monitoring, we will put here maximum 10 layers, and I will load it. I will make some autofill, load it and start it. So now it's running, and it's about to find the patterns, like we have the pattern only once here. And if I switch off monitoring, so we found that pattern now 7 times, and it's even longer. It is 416, now 1.6 longer than the 10 layers. It means that these patterns are here, and that's good news for all the work and future research. And just one thing I would like to show, because I added into this game some kind of spam, or how to visit my pages, and now I don't see it's jumping there. Maybe when I reach first million, so we can a little bit wait here. And it's still running. So maybe we should reach 3 millions, maybe more. So I will not wait until, but the trick is to avoid these ads and jumping into the internet. It's just right here the X, and then you will get rid of all the pop-up windows. Yeah, so that's I wanted to show just with this Galton game. You can download it. If we look here to Facebook, I need to open the right page if I have it here. So just let me show it, because there are a lot of. So yeah, there is the Wave Hunters group, and here is the GEN Galton game. Also, the reason why to join this group is that there you have a lot of files with the presets of many other lotteries. But if you are new here and you bought the GEN recently, then these presets are already there, so you don't need to download them. But here is the Galton game, and I don't know exactly where, but if you watch for the video number 5, it means the Galton game part 5, then there is a link to download it just via drop file. Yeah, so this is what you can do here. And now I think that we can in fact start the meeting, and you can use the chance to talk to me online. But before I do it, I will just tell you or show you that I prepared for that meeting the GEN, and I can show something what you will want. If there is some new comments, Yeah, and before I start now the meeting, because I had last time the experience that someone or two people joined that meeting, but they were really rude and just funny. So if this will happen today, then I will normally, after this recording, I will cut them out, so this will not be there anymore.
Well, no, I was saying that about the Galton project itself is
Mm-hmm.
from what I've read on your works as far as it goes in the software that I use,
Mm-hmm.
it is basically it's on the multiverse theory. Now, yes, if you live in an infinite universe with a limited number of elements, things are bound to repeat. I've done my own experiments on this. It wasn't a bad spreadsheet. There's nothing wrong with it. And I see you have a lot of seeds and everything that kind of work with that concept. But at the same time, I was going to say that, the World Sense Project, part of that one too, that was an interesting idea, but I'm wondering if it hasn't already been done. I was saying that the World Sense Project that
Mm-hmm.
you have there has pretty much already been done because you see what it is when you're dealing with Facebook, Twitter, and these other companies that exist out there.
Mm-hmm.
They have whole teams of coders. I know one of the coders on their teams, and it was a team of like 50 people just to come up with the like button for Facebook, for example, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of people had input on this, and it was a very serious thing. And what they're using is base human psychology to basically manipulate people. That's why you wander around in society and you see people kind of glued to their phones, Facebook all the time, because it is engineered from the ground up to have you sort of, in a way, hypnotized to it. Right. They have whole floors and basements full of computers with very, very sophisticated artificial intelligence that they're using just to get people to look at this. And you might see an ad if you see one on Facebook. It might even seem to interrupt you. It might not seem like such a big deal to sit there and pay attention to it for just a moment, but they are getting your attention. They are manipulating you. That's what these companies, it's all about profit. Those advertisers may pay pennies for you, but multiply that by, say, 100 million people on a day by day basis. You see what I'm saying? That's why Facebook and some of the
Yeah,
others are.
yeah, yeah. I see, and
You
I completely agree. And I also mentioned that in this last video what the project is and what it's not, where I am aware that the Facebook is in fact advertising company that, and they are manipulating your mind or many people to click these buttons, and yeah, this is what I agree. And I I second thing is that, as you said, there are 50 people for just like bottom working on that, and I'm aware to bring this idea to life. It's not in power of just myself, that I need also some team and to make it work. But in fact, it's a little bit different thing that Facebook. My ambition is not to make something like Facebook at all. Yeah.
It's using these things, parts of AI, just to basically make money off people without them even realizing it. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah, yeah.
also, governments of the world, that's why they're all sponsored by the government. Pretty much, they get money from the government in a big way because it's like, hey, you can influence whole countries for us. We don't
Mm.
have to go and invade anybody. We just go through Facebook and influence their behaviors. You see what I'm saying? Or
Yeah.
Twitter or Reddit or any of those. There's a few of them out there. Quora. I mean, all these things are constantly flashing little stories, and a lot of it could even be fake news. And it's horrible when you sit here and you can actually see the real statistics on that. People will believe fake news before they believe real news. I was just saying that's why Windows is really has the most market share out there
Mm-hmm.
because it's pretty much plug and play. People put it in their computers, drop the disk in, do install or install from USB drive, and it just figures things out for you and it simply works. But that's why, and that's also kind of its downfall as well, because once again, I could give you an example of say Windows 7.
Mm-hmm.
That's full blown installs like 14, 16 gigabytes, something along those lines, with all the
Mm-hmm.
updates and everything. It's
Yeah.
because you're using this high level language in this code, and it's stacking on top of and on top of. This is why when you run your Excel macros or VBA code in the background there, and I really haven't looked at the code or anything, I'm just saying I know what it is. I know how it was written anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
it seems to take a much longer period of time because it really wasn't at its core coded in base assembly language. Base assembly language is probably the fastest computer language we have today. And the
Yeah.
reason that
Yeah.
is because it doesn't use as abstract instructions. In other words, the computer doesn't understand, hi, how are you doing today? It has to be broken down in little tiny add, subtract, and bitwise notation and math. And of course, it's nothing more than a giant adding machine when you get right down to the basics of what a computer really is. Right. You're pretty much, as far as it goes, in this day and time, no one can really stop piracy at its core. Okay. Anyone who is
Mm-hmm.
willing to sit down behind any piece of software, I don't care if it's your browser or what it is, anyone who has the time, like that fellow that kept interrupting us, can sit down and walk through the code. All you have to have really is a dependency walker to see what the code is actually doing. And
Mm-hmm.
look at the code itself is really not hard to reverse engineer, but it is time consuming because you're talking millions of instructions for a piece of software like a web browser that are at its base in assembly, but you're walking back through it, basically reflow charting the program as it runs to see, well, what idea did they use behind all of this. And then
Mm-hmm.
when you go back, if you were to go back, a lot of people, that this is how some of the early other spreadsheets kind of work. They made in back in the days, so many years ago, they made an assembly language spreadsheet like Excel. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
didn't have any fun functions to it or anything. It was just a very stripped down basic idea of what it does, because all someone did is go in and look at Excel and say, oh, it does this, it has cells, it has this, it has the basics, so we'll just do that real quick in assembly language. And that was maybe a few hundred lines of code, not the millions involved with creating a visual basic applications interface in the or a macros interface application, because that's where it really all kind of sources from, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It,
Yeah. Yeah.
do something automatic for me is what a macro really does. It's like, automate this repetitive task for me so I don't have to do it. And then that turns into, when you get into Visual Basic for applications portion of it, people usually just start out very basically with the macros, and then they turn around and they say, well, I want this repetitive operation with it to perform an if then or if then else type of function, where it'll only perform
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
repetitive function under a circumstance. You see what I'm saying? I know I'm getting into kind of basic programming with you and things
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
I think I'm getting the picture. In fact, for example, uh, when I used at first Excel, uh, I started to use cells here, but it was very slow, and then I in fact programmed everything in fields or some arrays, which are, let's say, out of Excel interface, that it's really the speed is high, and I'm using the Excel only to visualize, only to make the output visible. I would finish this conference, and it's really great to listen to, and to hear this interesting ideas. And if we can have some, then it's for more talks than one, yeah, I would say. If because that's eh.
Yeah, well, I got to get to work too, so I'll talk at you later, okay?
So this was great discussion with David, and I'm glad for that and for his suggestion opinions. And it's evident that a lot of people who are fans of Voltaires are in everyone has a little bit different approach, and it's always inspiring and interesting to see these different attitude and approaches. So I'm wondered about a new open talks number 7. If more people will join and also discuss about that like David did today, and there I will, let's say, finish it. So there is nothing more we can discuss. So I just, before I finish, I just can repeat, here's running the game. I hope it's still running. Yeah, it's running. And you see we reached this length 28. It's 2.8 longer than 10. Here I have the GEN interface, so today is nothing to show in that. And I would switch the screen. There maybe I can start for some minutes the second meeting, but it really took a lot of time today, even with David. So I will just try it for 5 minutes, but then I think I will finish it today. And so if you are new here, please subscribe to this channel. So watch the previous videos, then join the Wave Hunters group. You can join the second World Sense project, where there is new video and there is the group too. You can support my work via Patreon or just simply donate it via PayPal. And the smallest thing you can always do, and it will cost you nothing, is just to subscribe, share and like it. And that's it for today. So thank you for watching and your attention. If you missed something, just replay it, like I will do it by myself too. And see you next time. And before I finish, I would like to announce or tell you that the next video update will be the research and development, and here I will announce the new development of the GEN 2.2. So there is a lot of things coming in future. That's why stay tuned and come back soon. So take care and see you on the next video update. And bye bye.